arrestation police were doing in people domicile without having the mandat. And also the question of the parade and the presumption of innocence, like you said, were also raised, and the Supreme Court kind of answered the question just by saying that it is not illegal. But answering like that doesn't really satisfy all the concern, because the public opinion concern today is not more about the legality or not. It's more about, like you said, what happened to the reputation of the people, what happened to the presumption of innocence. Because when you showcase or when you do that parade with people, most of the time on other country, we expect that those people are what we call are already convicted. Because when the police arrest suspect, they have the right to take even picture. You will see in the movie people holding things like this to have some pictures, but those pictures most of the time we keep them and we only divulgate them when the person is convicted. So now the main issue, like you said, is the question of the presumption of innocence and also about the dignity. So on the legality, we cannot really say something about it, since the higher jurisdiction, I've spoke about it already, but it's still, the law are meant to evolve. So if there is anything we can do to not to challenge the authority, but to see how we can understand what the people frustration will be good. But today the question of the population is more about what about the presumption of innocence, what about the my dignity, my reputation. So yep.
Do you have an example of any country like in the region, let's say in the region or in Africa, or even on in a continent, on other continents, where at least parading someone who has not been presumed guilty or innocent, that is done? Because now we're saying maybe the authorities have said it's not illegal, as you mentioned, but we're asking ourselves, how do other people do it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Cameroon, where I'm coming from, for example, authority always do parade, but they hide the face of people. The parade, it's normal. Like one of the police person said, population need to know about, who has done this or that. But answering the question that way, he's saying what this one has done. But if the guy is suspect, it's because we are not sure that he did it. That's why the name suspect is there. You are suspecting you, means you are not yet sure that you did it. What if we parade with you like this? No, Angelo, he's the one who did how we say braquage in English again?
Which one?
Braquage.
Blockage.
No, when you go to the bank and take, like, with the gun and take money. How do we call it again?
Well, which terminology is that? Okay, if I go and
robbery. Like
invading a
hold
bank.
up, something like that. I don't remember. Yeah, invading a bank with a gun and take some money.
Armed robbery on the bank.
Yeah, something like that. And then tomorrow, maybe you was just part of the people that was there, and the police arrest everybody, and we use you to do the parade. And later we realized that Angelo is not guilty. Now, the fact that the court acquit you and say you are not guilty will clear your casier judiciaire, but this will never clear your reputation, because the public opinion, we saw you on the TV, you have handcuffed,
So
we saw you.
I like that. We
so
saw
today
you.
just to reply to the question, most of the country, when they do that parade with suspect, they hide the face on the media, so that the person cannot be recognized until it is official.
That's what that's the same thing they do also in Cameroon.
That's what in Cameroon we do most of the time. They hide the faces. Of course, sometimes police doesn't hide the face, but for me, this is not the right practice. We could use it another way, since we are talking about suspect, and sometimes also we can ask ourselves many questions. You see, we can arrest like young people drinking in the house. We show their face. Where's the proportionality? Should we do the same parade with people that we arrest just for doing house party? So we have many questions we can ask ourselves.
Counsel, to you, who deserves to be paraded?
I think, to me, the person who deserves to be paraded is the person that has been found guilty of something.
Literally, the person who is still a suspect still has a right to own
to
right,
preserve his reputation, to preserve his dignity,
and
to preserve his honor.
And actually I would agree with you, but also like you said, this where especially if it's a prominent individual who's suspected or allegedly involved in a certain crime, of course under suspicion, if the community or the public demands that this person gets produced, or if a certain name is, of course, the news the public deserves the right to be informed.
Yeah, of course.
So I think there are situations that require that may, I don't know, but I think there are situations that may dictate.
Because now the main question here is, how do we reinstate the image of someone in public?
After all that,
that's the most difficult
for
part.
For me, that's the most standing question here. When you parade me, and the other day someone was, we are having a casual conversation, and someone was telling me that, do you know, sometimes we do things and we think we are exceptional from it. And he was saying that you parade someone and feeling okay, but you don't know the same parade can be you. Hey.
That's why they say,
if you think it's right to parade people just for the sake of parading, when I agree with you, if someone is guilty, should be paraded. But you've not presumed to be guilty, and then you parading me.
But speaking about being guilty or not, we have many ways to kind of find someone guilty. There's what we call in law flagrant délit. It's like we caught you by doing something.
Caught in action.
Yes, caught in action. That one is like
red-handed.
We just need the law to confirm that you're guilty.
Yes,
because we caught you doing it,
and we saw it.
We saw it, and even there, sometimes there's what we also call presumption d'innocence, because we have many story where we find a man in the house full of blood, holding the knife. There is a body on the floor that has been stabbed, but he's not the one who killed. But we caught him in action, kind of. Imagine if we parade him tomorrow, we'll be saying that, no, this guy, we caught him, is the one who killed this lady. But later, after doing everything, the fingerprint, the DNA, collecting all the evidence, realize that he's not the one who did it. So the public opinion.
But you people in the law, you are very bad people, because someone might do, because we see this in the US. Have you seen the movie called this movie where this lady was
I hope it's just a movie.
Murder. It's called
How to Get Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah.
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, but our job is not to judge people. Our job is to defend people, right? That's all.
And also examine the law so that justice prevails.
Make sure the law is followed. If someone is, like we are even talking about the parade, if someone is guilty to you, make sure to respect the procedure, because if you fail on the procedure, I will make him free.
That's why there are courts of law. Let me get to this now.
If you fail on the procedure, I'll make him free.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
That's why the procedure are there. If we don't have procedure, we're going to have abuse. And that's why we are talking here today and last Thursday. Because for us, we think that at some point, sometime, police don't follow the procedure. We must follow the procedure most of the time.
True.
So, if the courts of law have already examined this, because you already said there have been some examination before, where is the real problem? And these people are still only suspects, not convicts.
Yeah.
It gets us to that reputation.
Yeah. Like we were saying, even if this is not illegal according to the law, there is no legal provision that will say to police, you don't have the right to do this. We also don't have a legal provision saying to the police that you can do that. You understand? That's the main issue. So we cannot talk about the fact that it's not legal. Since for the police doing that, they want to deter other people to commit the same thing, and also they would like to communicate. But like you said, like you asked the question, Angelo, today the main question is more about the reputation. So it is not illegal for them to do it, even if we don't have a legal provision giving them the right to do that. But yeah, when there is no law, people can stretch it as soon as And
I like that. When there is no law, the authority now functions. Is it what you say?
Yeah, but
because now we should believe in our authorities, because honestly
we must believe in them.
The thing here for me, I wanted to say this. Look here. Do you know that even the police who are caught in any crimes are paraded. Have you seen that?
So
in 2024, I think, if my brain serves me well, we saw people, actually policemen in traffic who were actually taking bribes for permits being paraded.
You see, that's the good thing about Rwanda. We need to say that no one here is above the law. So
I like that.
Police doing the parade, and I need to emphasize on that, is not because they want to show that they are bigger than other people. They can be wrong on the process, but I'm sure that the only thing they want to do, it is to do their job. Because like you said, the same way they will parade Steve or Angelo, tomorrow if there is a minister, they will still parade him.
If it's the same guy who paraded.
You understand?
No one is above the law.
So now, just to clarify that, we talking about that parade of the police today is not because we are pointing them like they want to abuse and show that they have the power. No, they want to do things good because there is an issue of deterrence behind. They would like to say to other people like, look, we say this is not legal. This is prohibited. Don't do it. If you do it, this is what you are going to face. But now the issue is that sometimes you can parade someone that is not guilty and you use an innocent to prevent people from doing something, and then his reputation, like we were saying, is very affected, and he cannot fix it anymore. So yeah.
And Council, the Rwanda police also said that parading the suspects, in a way, it deters the public, or it allows the public to, cooperate, and also to, it encourages the public to work with the police and to at least talk about, maybe what they know about the case. And we're asking ourselves, is it a legitimate, reason, or should we look at it in other ways? By the way, does it even, influence the public to cooperate, or actually it's, withdraws them from cooperating?
Yeah, it is legitimate first, and we should also look in another way. Because, the good thing with the law is that there is no principle without the limit. Limitation is what gives all the value to the principle. So, answering your question, we just need to understand that a punishment, a criminal punishment, has many functions. One is education, to educate you like, oh, if you do this is what will happen. One is to prevent, because we tell you before, you shouldn't go to the left. If you go to the left, this is what will happen. And now we have the deterrence, like you said. Punishing Arafat, it is to say to Angelo, sending him a message like, if you do it tomorrow,
you're the one.
This is what will happen to you. But now we ask the question of the presumption of innocence today. You parade someone in order to deter the population. There is any influence? Yes. Trust me, like I said last time, if there is no law providing people to walking naked, you will be seeing people having sex on the road there. Human beings are like that. We need the law, we need the regulation to keep them. There is a philosopher who say that all of us, we have that animal part on us. We really need the laws to guide us and to make us keep our demon inside our body or inside our brain. So parading has its good side, but like I said, the issue here is about the presumption of innocence. You are parading people, yes. But at the end of the day, when that guy will find non-guilty, and we have many cases of people who have been arrested, but later at the court, they wasn't guilty for what we arrested them for. What if you parade him in order to spread that deterrence? It means you use an innocent to send a message, which is wrong. And at the end of the day, people will not understand that the court have said that the guy is not guilty. We will just remind that we saw him, and maybe on the Rwanda television, or maybe in royalty, in royal, just him being presented as someone who killed or someone which is involved on the rape case. That's the image people get from you.
That's the image.
That's the reputation we are talking. That parading sometimes is not the right thing to do.
So it gets also to the language that people use, especially during these allegations or under these investigations, isn't it?
That is it.
Wow. Because Steve Masigmo, Thank you so much. Of course, there's more other questions, but also need to remind you that you could ask yourself what takes a great ride. A rider who puts your safety first through Tekan and Spiro is one of the moves, or one of the movements, or one of the campaigns you're doing. And with Spiro, remember last time we had the managing director of Spiro Rwanda and says Spiro riders are receiving road safety training and earning certification that reflects their commitment to safer roads. So the next time you ride with Spiro, ride with confidence, knowing because that the trained rider will help you get to your destination safer, faster, and also while you journey with everyone. Spiro, it's energy on the move. Then September intake from Mount Kigali University, they're telling you that yes, you could enroll now by dialing 0781481176 or visit the website mkur.ac.rw, and this way you'll get to understand that yes, there's so many courses available for you at undergraduate and also postgraduate levels. So any course you desire, log on to that website, or if you have any inquiries, call that number, and that you'll be able to understand affordable fees, hands-on training. Then of course the opportunities will be endless all over the globe. Mount Kigali University, they're empowering generations through quality education. The September intake is around the corner.
So, Kansu, there's one thing that you talked about, and it made me think more on the both sides, the public side and, of course, the authority side. We are asking ourselves, and of course you've said it, there is no law that allows the police or allows the authorities to parade the suspects.
There's also no law.
But also there is no law that supports the public from not being paraded.
Yep.
So what do we do next? Do we just leave it like that for the authority to take it like that, or do you think there's something more that the public can do, or even the authority can think about? If maybe it's a law that can even be drafted and put in place, what do you think needs to be done as someone who lives into this? And of course, maybe you have some people who will even sue the authority. I don't know if there's one who can even do that here, that you paraded me ABC, or if it's possible.
Yeah, that's very good. We do what we used to do in normal society, and also here in Rwanda, when there is something that the law is there to be amended, because the society will be facing evolution every time. The mentality will change, and what was not acceptable yesterday could be acceptable today. You have today many countries where you have a cannabis bar. You can go there, buy your cannabis, you smoke it, you are good. But on those same country, years ago, it wasn't acceptable. So how do we do it? If there is one thing I prefer to always say to people, challenging authorities is not the right way when authorities are doing their job. And here I deeply believe that they do their job. The way to do it can be wrong. And most of the time, it's not the right way. Because we want to like we spoke about the indecency. I totally agree with them. I think that we should not let ourselves being totally polluted by the European totally freedom. We say Western cultures,
what we call civilization.
Today there is the difference in French. We say there is difference between liberté and libertinage. Libertinage is a kind of exaggeration of liberty. It's a liberty without limitation. So fighting against that public indecency is something that I really appreciate and I totally support. We need to start now. Part of social media, you see in Nigeria, even Cameroon there, some young girls, they'll be doing live on TikTok when they are having sex on live.
That's not good.
Those are things that and if you don't start stopping it now, it start how? It start by wearing some dresses, not being, just indecency will not just pop up like this one day. There is a start on everything.
But honestly, there's something that you just touched and you reminded me something. You remember yesterday we were somewhere outside here and I was telling you how, people are going crazy with social media.
They are.
Because they want views.
They want views. I looked at a video of a young African lady. She started producing content about herself everything she does before she goes to work. Like, she has a camera, she puts on the camera pictures, takes her videos while she's undressing herself, or she's going in the bathroom, naked, from the bathroom, as naked as she was born, back to the room, and then showing people how she puts on her nikah and shows everything.
And views are enormous. Very
do you know
a huge following.
We said to them, unfortunately, when it comes
when she goes to work, she gets out and gets in the car and goes to work. And this is someone who thinks,
when it's come to today, when we speak about indecency, there is something I like to say. Views and likes are the new opium, are the new drugs.
By the way,
people are looking at that too much. So just to come to your question, what we should do is just to collaborate with the authorities. Saying to authorities sometimes that they are wrong.
100% too.
Yeah, we do. But also it's good for us to say sometimes when it's wrong, we need to say it's wrong. When someone paints something, he's not, I had a neighbor when I was young, when he was painting, he used to go backward to look better the paint, because when he's painting he cannot appreciate it. To mean that when you are the one in the action, sometimes you can be wrong. It's to other people.
But
to
if you benchmark
you.
yourself and see, am I doing the right thing?
And sometimes we don't benchmark ourselves. Benchmarking is other people that will be saying to you, this way that you are going could be wrong. Could
That's
be
why
good
we
or
have
wrong.
authorities in
So
place.
yeah, just to answer your question, we need to speak. You journalists need to do your job. You need to challenge sometimes what is wrong. You need to appreciate what is good. And then I think that we really need today to have a clear definition of indecency. If not tomorrow, I heard, I don't know if it's true, some girls are being arrested because they are wearing some short clothes. I heard that. I don't know if it's true, but if this is true, we are really going too far.
Again, it also gets to facilities. What is the allowed, recommended dress? Okay, in this case, dress code, when you're entering a facility like Royal FM, or you have a bar or a lounge or a restaurant.
Hey, thank you for bringing that.
Yes,
that's where it starts from.
Oh, what? Just to add on that, you're going to complete. What is also allowed to be done at your facility? We had the ban of vapes. Have also, like you said, let's cooperate. The journalists do your part. What about the owners of these facilities where these people go to? Because indeed, like I said, police is not going to police in your house. That's a private facility.
Yeah, sure.
You may even sue them or trespass. You understand? But again, what are you responsible enough as individuals? Are we doing what we can as much as we can so that we bring sanity to this society? Let's also not forget where we came from.
Let's not forget that.
Exactly. What are our values? Do we allow civilization, all those things to come in so that, it influences us? And what are we allowing? Because technology is here, but how do we embrace it?
I like what Angelo said, and of course what Council you alluded to on how do we play our role. Like, as Angelo mentioned, if you're operating a bar, yes, I know it's a nightclub, maybe you want people to come, dressed in near to nakedness, but we are saying, what benefit do you get? Do you get any benefit when the police, invades your place and, closes it just because you allowed 2-3 people who came naked to your club? That's something you don't want. That's where our responsibility comes in. What are you doing to make sure that you participate, you support, you collaborate with the police to make sure that if they're saying we are cracking down indecency, find out which indecency are they talking about, because this applies to you.
Yeah, but also collaborating, like I said, we need to collaborate and support on the normal fight. Because today when we see indecency, we didn't give a definition. Anyone can stretch the way you want. That's the issue today. You will say, okay, I'm arresting this young girl because she wore a short dress. What is the limitation of the dress? Who decide about the length of the dress? And I also say to people, unfortunately today, even if we want to fight against the Western civilization, it's something that is there already. We have our kids, they have been born and raised there, they came back to Rwanda. They don't know about our culture, they have it there. We just need to use the normal way to bring them to, to not make it escalate. Escalate. So today for me, there is we need to really do our job, like you said. You journalists talking as lawyer, sending correspondence to the normal authority by raising the attention of the fact that this and this, you guys maybe are stretching too much.
By the way,
and at the end of the day, people, I was seeing a video, TikTok videos. It was a lady, in Europe. A guy was asking her, "Where are you coming from?" She said, "I'm coming from Rwanda, a country with an amazing president, the best in Africa," which is true, by the way. And later she said, "We call my country the land of Thousand Hill." And I went to the comment section. Everyone was saying, "What? Land of Thousand Hill? You forget about the land of thousand laws." So
hills and laws as well. Wow.
So now they are calling us land of thousand laws. So I think at the end of the day, regulating is good, but over-regulating is an issue as well. Regulating is this. That's our new nickname, by the way.
That's a new one.
Is land of thousand laws.
Oh,
yeah, that's how they are calling it on social media now.
Because the law works here.
Since you people banned alcohol, you touch like the very sensitive things. So just to come back to the question, I really think that regulating is good, but over-regulating is an issue. People should feel like they need to follow the rules in the society, but they should not feel like they are in jail. And at the end of the day, like I said last week, who is entitled to decide that this is legal or not, this is indecent or not? Only the parliament or maybe the president through the power the constitution gives to him.
And of course was voted by people.
Yeah, since he was voting by people, so him saying that, he is the population speaking because we gave him the mandate. But today, waking up as a police, you are an enforcement organ, just saying that if your dress is not like after your knee, I'm arresting you, for example, we have an issue. Or if you wear your dress and I'm seeing a part of your belly,
navel,
I am arresting you. That's an issue. And this is the feeling people are having today, you know. A lot of people are like even contacting me after the last show, barrister, you know, I hear, you know, there's also like rumors, wrong rumors. People are being arrested because they have dress and this on that.
So the police has to come out and actually clear the air.
They really need to clear it and say to people that you should not listen what rumors are saying. What we are fighting is this and that.
It's under this jurisdiction.
Clearly, that's my issue today. At the end of the day, to answer your question, like you said, lawyer are bad people. We are not there to defend, to judge people. We are there to make sure the law is respected.
Yes.
Someone was
saying you are there to make sure your client gets free.
We are there to make sure our client rights
a young person
are respected.
Arrested at a party or someone caught at the edge of a case be exposed in the same way as the head of a network that, for example, poisoned people? This is an example.
Yeah, is what
are they different categories?
Is what we spoke about proportionality. Even the punishment in the criminal code, we need to have the proportionality. You cannot punish someone who stole the phone the same as you are punishing someone who killed someone. You understand? So of course the parade at the same time, but understand for people that we caught organizing maybe a house party that we prohibited. But today, like I said, I have no text, no legal document. Maybe I miss it. Where is written and signed by the president or a government authority saying that we don't want you guys, like I said, we don't want you guys to organize house party anymore. So today arresting people is on the base of what? That's one. But to answer your question on the proportionality, I don't think we should. I don't think that if tomorrow I am having a good time home with you guys and they arrest me, they need to parade me the same as they will be parading someone who killed
or poisoned
people. I think we need to keep that proportionality. Of course, there is a deterrence we want to do. Police can communicate without doing the parade. We can say, oh, you should be aware, because last time in Kichukiro, we arrest 3 guys. We can stop there. You understand? But parading, maybe like you said, is kind of a way to spray a deterrence to say to people, you don't do it, because if you do, we are going to do the same thing to you. But we need to go to the parade for everything? I don't think so. I think we need to keep some proportionality, and there are some offense that we don't really need to,
go to
the parade.
If we were to be like, as we head to the conclusion of our conversation, so someone is asking themselves, so if in practice, what does actually the law protect, and what kind of person who has been exposed maybe in this kind of way do if they feel like they can do something, or what should we change? Because you alluded to it a little bit earlier, but we want to understand exactly as we head to the end of the conversation.
There's a lot people can do. I'm a bit I'm laughing by saying this, because for me, I like to support authorities. So answering this question is giving people a stick to beat the authorities. But yeah, like we said, the law is the law. The law needs to be respected. If anyone feel like we have many law in Rwanda, we have and the criminal code on the reputation and the honor. We have the law on the data protection. So even parading my face the way you guys did, if I feel like there is any damage that I can justify, of course I can sue police for that. I can sue police.
You can also sue police.
Of course, we can sue. We can even sue the president.
So for this case,
we can sue the president.
So for this case,
if you look the law regarding
nobody's above the law.
Nobody's above the law.
I love Rand.
So for this case, if someone gets out of prison and says, you know what, you paraded me among the people that you paraded, they have the right to sue the police.
Yeah, you have the right to sue, but suing is something. Winning the case in something else.
And the law,
suing them, you need to have a base that you need to have like a legal foundation supporting your claim. That's one. And also you need to justify that what they did causing me a damage. It's not because I just parade you that you will say no, you give him money or you will do this. No, if there is any damage that you have faced, and in the case of parade, most of the time we have the reputational damage, of course you can sue them in order for them or to pay you money. People pay a lot of money, or to maybe do a public statement in order to clear your name.
That's really wonderful. And of course, I want to make this clear. The police, Rwanda police, does not parade every single person they arrest. We need to know that, and the people listening to us need to understand that there are those that are paraded based on why. Because we are seeing them being paraded now because of the, the trending, topic of the illicits and substandards. That's why we saw people being paraded. And of course, in previous times that they paraded people, we need to remember that those were sensitive cases that they had to tell people that these are the people who did A, B, C, D. So we want people to know that it's not good, as you've said, but of course they don't parade everyone. They have reasons as to why probably they parade someone. So thank you so much for the listeners of the 94.3 Vol FM, the Heartbeat of Kigali. We're talking about, public parading of suspects and presumptions of innocence and media, and reputation. That is it. Thank you so much, Kanso Masigma. See you next Thursday as we discuss more other topics.
And we must appreciate him for the time and also the fact that he has to speak so that people can get the law. Remember, ignorance of the law is what?
It's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse. Yeah, thank you so much.
Just to end, also, I would say that we support the authorities on their job, but what we are asking, people should not feel like they have no freedom.
Wow.
That's the only thing.
Thank you so much.
From around the world in 3 minutes, the news updates on 94.3 Royal FM, the Heartbeat of Kigali.
Urakomeje rero gukurikira gahunda za 94 n'ibice 3 FM. Nitwa Moses Kwishimwe, mwaye nikaze makuru agezwe muri amasa.